The year is 1997. Military rule, suspicious politics, and football are some of the main things happening in the country of Nigeria, West Africa. Oh, and I almost forgot. A group of people are stealing others' genitals in broad daylight by means of magic. This is the Vanishing Genital Epidemic. Between January 1997 to sometime in 2003, one of the most bizarre cases of mass hysteria was documented in several nations across West Africa, most notably Nigeria. It essentially started with an individual coming into contact with another individual while doing an everyday task, shopping for groceries, asking for directions, or shaking another one's hand. After the encounter, one person feels burning or obscure sensations in their genital region. To the now distressed individual, they believe the sensations are because their interactor is stealing their genitals by means of remote control or voodoo magic. They then go on to accuse the interactor as a thief, causing nearby bystanders to turn into an angry mob. The mob would beat the alleged penis thief, usually leading to serious injuries or death. Once the dirty organ snatcher was dealt with, the genitals of the affected may or may not return. This led to many witch hunts and innocent deaths. Police became involved in these bizarre cases, arresting the accusers for their unusual claims. The victims of the crime would sometimes strip down in public to prove their family jewels were shrunken or stolen. To the victim's surprise, however, their genitals were always there. But no, the victims say, this is not my penis's full glory, for the thief has the remaining essence. Some victims say that this is merely a ghost penis, a memory of their past gonads. Regardless, individuals were arrested and cases almost immediately began to stop. Between 1997 and 2003, at least 36 people died as a result of being accused of external organ snatching. Some articles would pick up on these bizarre occurrences, but it didn't get much traction beyond that. This wouldn't be the last time this strange hysteria would happen in West Africa, though. Documentation in 2005, 2011, and even this year, 2020, as if this year couldn't get crazier enough, report the same exact scenario playing out. Reports from November 2020 say at least 7 men claim their penises have been stolen, with one man allegedly killing himself over his loss. The other men turned to a local spiritual healer for guidance. The healer said that if they pay him about $32, equal to that of US currency, God would bless their lost penises, and the penises shall return. Well, after the money was paid and their nads were still apparently not at full capacity, the men captured the pastor, who was apparently trying to flee the scene, and killed him. The men proceeded to attack a police station and burn down various housing property. This resulted in a 12-hour curfew and further investigations of the claims. Talk about blue balls. So this is an interesting chain of events, but it's actually been going on since the 1970s. What's exactly happening? Scholars believe this is a form of mass hysteria, driven by the cultural beliefs, tradition, and socioeconomic conditions of West African countries. If you aren't aware, mass hysteria is essentially a triggering event where a group of people share the same hysterical symptoms, with the symptoms tending to have no organic evidence. Think of the Salem witch trials, as it's the most infamous case. In Nigeria and other surrounding countries, the local belief is that other humans do possess voodoo abilities, using juju to harm others, and possibly stealing their organs. Now, where this exactly stems from, it's unsure. It is, however, very similar to a culturally bound mental disorder called Koro. Originating in Southeast Asia, Koro has individuals believe bad food or spirits cause the genitals to retract into the body, eventually leading to death. Koro was added into the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 4th edition, as a panic disorder. It's worth noting that Koro is not the same as the perceptions the individuals are experiencing in the organ vanishing epidemic. Though both of them occur in epidemic outbreaks and involve perceived genital manipulation, Koro stems from traditional Chinese belief of malicious spirits and always focuses on genital retraction and death. The cases in West Africa always involve thieves using magic to steal the genitals for others' personal gain. It's also worth noting that few isolated cases have appeared across Europe and North America, but never involving more than one person. This has to do with the culture of the individuals. In West Africa and Southeastern Asia, traditional culture and belief harnesses a hysteria around magic, witchcraft, and sorcery. A great paper by Adams and Zokoto, 2005, I hope I pronounced that right, suggests that these epidemics occur because they are rooted in these certain socially constructed realities. It seems bizarre to an American, per se, because in our realities, someone stealing a vagina with telekinesis isn't possible or rational. But in other cultures, this is a plausible explanation. It's not exactly clear why this case of mass hysteria appears, or really any case of mass hysteria, but it's suggested that it does happen in normal, psychologically functioning, undisturbed individuals. That is, they don't have a mental disorder. The reason that genital vanishing mass hysteria happens in these countries, and only isolated cases in other countries, aka the mental illnesses, is because it's culturally bound. Simply put, if many people believe in penis shrinking and one person claims it to have happened to them, others seem to believe it could happen to themselves. If many people don't believe in remote-controlled genitals and one person believes it too have happened to them, well, other people might think that you have a problem. In North American and European countries, it is much more common for individuals to have hysteria over perceived gas leaks, causing perceived headaches, fainting, and stomach aches. I want to mention that individuals could have a mental disorder in any scenario, but with mass hysteria, it likely isn't. It's more or less just a social reaction. Back to the West African outbreaks, many do claim people are stealing their genitals, both male and female. Besides for voodoo and other cultural rituals, there are some other reasons why people might allegedly do this. Some suggest this is an urban legend that started in the 1970s. Towards the month of December, specifically the holidays, many individuals have a desire to make quick cash. Coincidentally, missing penis cases also increase. A source says that genitalia, whether they are actually physical or not, are taken by a thief and given to their kingpin. The kingpin uses the organs in rituals to bring upon wealth and power to them and their families. Another suggests these cases of hysteria usually happen near election cycles for socio-economic reasons. Some say the government might even have a hand in creating the hysteria. Regardless, it appears these cases aren't going away anytime soon, with the last one happening about a week ago at the time of me writing the script. One suggestion is that better education and social enlightenment in these countries can help solve these cases and save innocent lives. It's a really bizarre story of mass hysteria, and I'm surprised I've never heard of it before. It's always sad to hear when people are killed over false accusations in these situations. What are your thoughts on the penis vanishing epidemic? I'd love to talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to see more content like this, why not subscribe to the channel? If you have any other suggestions for content, leave me a comment or email me at mt.caveat@gmail.com. Have a great day, guys, and keep your genitals safe.